And with me is the one and only Spurgvato, or Spurg, as we used to say in like.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello. We got a just an horrible turnout today. Only 12 guys, but we just gotta stick with what we got, and yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am now joined to the team doing other stuff in TUF, and we have been working with new stuff, but as all the drivers are scattered around like duck shit at the moment, um, and we don't know who is driving and who isn't, and there's a bunch of new drivers and old drivers, and we don't know who wants to race and who doesn't, and so we have to, these things doesn't get sorted in like middle of the season. So for next seasons we hopefully have everything um, sorted out, and we should have good turnouts and motivated drivers and lots of new exciting stuff and everything. And I just noticed that my game doesn't have any sounds.
Oh, wonderful.
So I guess you
I'm
guys
gonna
then have to listen to my voice only then. I don't know how to fix this. Or can you fix this?
I'm gonna listen to the stream if he has. Wait a
Because
second.
I can't hear any game sounds.
Yeah, there's no sound in the stream.
So
No.
this has started well.
Uh, yeah.
We have a horrible turnout. We have really um, tired like commentators, and then we have no game sound, and
So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Please do like it. No, I mean, just, I'll send you an invite and you can, oh, I cannot send you an
yeah,
invite anymore.
yeah.
Cool.
So
Can anyone send
so
you an invite anymore?
oh, now my game sounds good. Now it's
Cool.
working. Woohoo!
Perfect.
Yeah, very
So, a new
hermetic.
start. Welcome. This is Formula. No, I mean, it's, it's just, I think Hamres. No, Luca is the first one to complete a lap. And then Hamres after him.
This is so confusing.
Then
I'm
interesting.
having such a strong deja vu moment at the moment. Like Silverstone, we in the booth. I remember
True.
this exact moment when I was spectating some car in the exact same position as last time or something. So weird. But yeah, uh, three guys have made a lap time so far, and Luca is the one who made the fastest.
Yeah, I was wrong. It
So,
was actually Boastman who made the first lap. But yeah, Luca just annihilates his lap time by some amount of tenths. I just can't. Oh, it's 26.5. My eyesight is just getting worse day by day. You know.
yeah, we are getting old.
Um, we're getting old. Not as old as Showen, but still pretty old.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm really struggling to see when I'm driving the the ah. Well, that's my own time if it's improving or not in quali. When it's on green, well, that's pretty uncommon to me seeing green, but still I just don't know what it says. I mean, it could say 15 seconds. I'm not sure. I just can't see it because the green is so light. It's so light green, and then there's white on top of it. I just can't see it. And but I think it doesn't matter on the stream. You have okay eyesight still, I believe.
yeah.
So we can just count on you. Luca is still the fastest guy. Shay is I don't know if he's in a lap, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he is on a lap. Shay's
Yeah.
such a weird driver. I don't know. Like sometimes he is just miles ahead of each like other drivers in Division Two, and sometimes he is just
Yeah.
really slow.
Pits
Like
well.
yeah, but I mean last time in Division Two in Azerbaijan he won the race like with 2 laps or something. No, not 2 laps, but like 20 seconds or something, and he was
Yeah,
just
lap. Yeah.
dominating the whole race. And he got the pole for I think it was close to 2 seconds. It was just madness.
Yeah, he's well, Baku is his favorite track, I believe. Well, wouldn't I wouldn't be surprised, but he is on hards though, which is a quite the surprise. Seeing him going on hards.
Yeah, because I think it is like in Silverstone it's possible easily to uh, do like only the softs to mediums. You don't
Yeah,
need the hards here, but of course.
yeah, but that was a bad lap, even for hards. 128.2 compared to Luca, who did a 126.5. So that's almost 2 seconds slower. Oh yeah, well on hards, but still, I believe it's he can do much better even on those hards. F1 Addict and Luke are the only ones who haven't made a lap time yet. Luke is on a lap and F1 Addict is in the pits. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I've been pronouncing him as F1 Addict for maybe a year now, so I really hope that I've been.
Yeah,
That
it's
I've
same for
been.
me. I have always called him F1 addict. So
But yeah, but it's the logical thing to do. But
yeah,
and Nappula is saying in the chat that super softy.
it's a legendary line from
It
F1
is a legendary
2017,
line.
and it was Spa, I think.
No, it was Austria.
Oh yeah, it was Austria. I actually
But was it
remember the
really
rest.
2017? Wasn't it 2018? I'm not
I
sure, but
think it was
anyways, it's on my
2017
channel.
as you didn't race that much in 18. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But
I
it's
gotta go and check it. But it's basically the thing was that I had a really bad race, and I think it was my third pit stop already in like a couple of laps, and I said to Jeff that they put inters on because it was raining, so it's logical to put fucking inters on, but they put super softs on me, so that's why. But in Finnish we have rolling R's, so every R is like R, like this. R. So that's why, and I was really frustrated that they put some super softs on me. I was like, mitä vittua, super softit, and then everyone just started to laugh in my
it
because I'm
became
stupid.
a great meme, and everyone, well,
It
the
became yes.
OG drivers remember that. And there are really many good memories
Let's.
from this league with the drivers.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Ooh, and Humbers lost his car on the Baguettes and Baguettes.
On the something.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember corner names correctly, but his car was really oversteering and just lost it. So that tire set is gone at the moment.
My 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 videos of. I mean, what the fuck? Where are my videos? Oh, now I got some more videos. Thank you.
And
I'm still searching for the super
got-
softy thing.
he invalidated his lap time, I think. It looked like it. And let's see, is there anyone first lap at the moment? Let's see if Wodedick. So it
Oh yeah.
actually might be a good call at the moment to do a lap on mediums because there's only 12 drivers, so it's easier to get in top
Yeah, well,
10.
you're right, actually.
Yeah,
You are right, yeah. Shea is on hard, so that is, he's, he's getting a lot with that because even though he's last, it's still going to be P12, so, but he is not last yet, but now Shea's out on mediums. At least the telemetry says that he's on mediums.
yeah.
Yeah, he
And
actually
Napla,
was 2017.
Napla is asking in the chat why only 12 drivers. I don't know where everyone is, but yeah, it's hard times at the moment in here, but the future looks bright. I'm really
The
confident
future looks
that we
bright, and
can. Yeah,
we got good guys. We got good guys here in the as the admins, and they do a really good job. They are, and I really do believe that this league is gonna see its new peak point as it was in 2017. To be honest, TUF was one of the best leagues. Maybe not in speed, but I mean it was so much fun to drive, and there was always so much drivers, and so many drivers, and there was always 3 full divisions with almost every time it was a full lobby. And if it wasn't a full lobby, it was like minimum 18 drivers per league and division, and it was so much fun. I mean, everyone were friends,
yeah.
and
Like
I mean,
there
a
with the
horrible
drivers.
turnout was like 15.
Yeah, with the drivers, there are many drivers that who don't even have this game or last game, but they played this game with us in this league in 2017, but they didn't want to leave. We have a WhatsApp group where everyone is, and we became such like close family, if you can say so, that there are drivers who
You can
don't
say so,
drive this
yeah.
game anymore, and still like talk with us and like hang out with us in the chats.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah, it's
that's
really
just really nice.
yeah, and I mean the spirit in the league is one of the best I've seen because take any other league, there are people, toxic people, and the admins are really. I mean, in other leagues they could be really hard on you, and if you miss a race, you really. I mean, you just get fucking hammered by the admins. But I mean, here, of course, the admins don't like that you miss a race without giving them any info on it. But still, I mean, it's a really tight family, and everyone likes each other. And I mean, if someone has a problem, someone they'll just solve it. I mean, yeah, TEF was one of the best leagues I've seen in as a package in 2017. Yeah. It's a really fun league. It's don't get me wrong, it's still a really fun league, but it's really tricky to get even 15 drivers per division to drive a race, and that's really sad. But in the end, the racing is good. The racing is good and fun when we're driving, even though it's going to be 15 or 12 drivers. It's still going to be really fun. Luca has improved his provisional pole time by a tenth, so it's 126.3, and Lander's in P2 with 126.4, so he's just a tad over a tenth behind him, and Hamras goes P3 at 126.5, so it's actually a pretty tight top 6 at the moment, so
yeah,
half a second separates them, and Stina has retired. I'm not sure if
he was happy with his time, and
yeah, okay.
But for those who don't know what kind of happened to the league, was the last game. It was really bad. Like almost every league struggled with like getting good numbers, and I didn't like the game, and almost no one else liked the game. And then so many drivers just quit playing the game. And then we decided, like halfway of the life cycle of that game, that okay, we're just not gonna drive anymore because clearly no one is having fun. And then of course, as we had that half a year like break, that all like drivers who aren't that like attached to this league, they didn't want to drive anymore. And now we have to like build this from almost nothing with
from
all
scratch,
the yeah. We only have the super great community, which actually I was really thinking, because the admins were like, this is too much job to handle, and they're not really, they feel like they couldn't do anything anymore. And I was like, well, yeah. Might just, you know, bury this league. And but then I was like, no, I want to race with these guys. TUF was the first like professional league where I started league racing, and this has been always so important to me. So that's the reason why I want to make this league great again.
It was, I think it was December, or at least the beginning of September, when we, no, I'm sorry, December, when the admins decided not to race anymore. Although it seemed a really good, it seemed a really good idea at the time, but it might have not been that good of an idea. Of course, we had horrible turnouts, but there was a couple other leagues close to us that did improve the league, and it's now are now really big leagues now. But this, as I said a couple of minutes earlier, this has so much potential. I mean, this league, I can't distress it enough how important and how fun this league is for me. Although, I mean, every race, I'm a shit driver, to be honest. I'm gonna be an F about every race, or if I finish, I'm gonna be a P12 out of 10. So I mean, that's the thing I am. But I really love it. And although, if it's gonna be a bigger league in the future, I'm sorry, when it's gonna be a bigger league in the future, I don't care if I'm gonna be in Division fucking 7. I still want to race because it's such a fun league. And Boastman actually did not end his lap time, so so he's gonna be at least in P4.
Yeah, that's
Luca is still out in a lap.
Oh yeah, Luca is. Sorry, we haven't been concentrating on the qualifying that much, but I think this has been a really like important thing to talk with you guys. So
yeah, that is true. That is true. And Luca does not improve his lap time.
Yeah, let's see what
braked and
Cheva can do.
Good
driver, if we can
my
just
man,
nail the lap.
my German brother. I'm gonna say 1:26, 4:21. 4:89.
That wasn't actually really far off.
No, it wasn't. P3 for Kevin, that is.
You got McLaren wet.
The
wow, that was actually really close with the top 8.
It was really close. The classification of the British Grand Prix here in Silverstone in Division 1 is Luca P1, Lendert P2, Kevin P3, Hammers P4, Boastman P5, Cheo P6, Ox P7, Stina P8, Alex P9, Luke P10, F1 P11, and Santaro in last position in P12. But F1 and Santaro are on mediums, so they're gonna have an advantage in the middle of the race and closing up in the end of the race. So
yeah. So it's a bit cloudy, it seems like. That there's no balloons.
No.
Haha, that was a funny
No.
joke. I bet no one understood that joke, but whatever.
No.
Um, Cloudy balloons. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, it might actually turn, like usually in Silverstone it rains, so this might evolve
Hmm.
into a rain, maybe. But I don't know.
And of course, we've had a couple of other Finnish drivers. If you hadn't noticed, we are not speaking English as our native language. Um, and if you hadn't noticed right now, you might have to go and see a mental health doctor. But the thing is that we had a couple of good Finnish drivers as well. But the start time is uh, a bit over 11. Oh, the cars have disappeared. Now they're back. Yeah, because it's 11 p.m. Finnish time, so people have work and school and stuff like that. So and the races end just, I mean,
Close to
12:30
1 a.m.
maybe. Yeah, we're closer to 1 a.m. So that's why me and Katja and Ox are basically the only Finnish guys in our group, and Santero will of course are who are racing in TUF, but I think the start time is okay because the league is not made for Finnish audiences. It's made for everyone else as well. So 9 p.m. UK time is okay. I think in the UK as well and in
Yeah.
Central Europe, as in Germany and France and Portugal and stuff like that. So I believe, but just bear with us. It's gonna be a better experience even to watch and to drive, and it's such a good league. So we just want to keep it alive for now, and next season it's gonna be so much better. I can feel it. But maybe we should concentrate on what's going on in the race, as we are here to commentate on the race, not the league, the race. um, we are here to describe the action going on track. Um, was it was it the was it Anthony Davidson or the FIFA commentator who said that? I think it's the FIFA commentator who said that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well,
Now I need to have my last
well,
sip of Coca-Cola so I can speak.
ooh, me too. Cheers. As a kippis in Finland.
Now my throat is good to go. Okay.
This stream is not sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Yeah, actually that's not cola. It's the cheapest cola I could find.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right, let's go.
we have
It's
yellow
time
flags
for
waving. One light, two light, three light. No. Yes. Okay. And lights are out, and away we go. That's
I
I
can
think
get
that's a
anything.
good.
The Ferrari. Kevin is a
Ooh, that
P2,
looks.
so already overtook a couple of guys and one
There's a
guy.
little bit of
And
archie-barchie,
it
and
touched.
yeah, slight touching here and there. Ooh, look, I lost it. And I think Kevin, Cheva, and someone spun. I think that was Alex.
Alex, yes.
Yeah. Now everyone is following really close to each other, and there's Mercedes on the inside. It's they're keeping it clean as usually, but Kevin Cheva is leading the race and has a small gap behind each other. This is
Shea and
really
Boseman are side by side, almost side by side here. Boseman
really
before.
close train.
It is. It is.
Everyone is.
Maggots and Beckett's gonna be a really hard time with this train. So much dirtier. I mean,
Some drivers
well, that's
touching
the
the
advantage
grass,
of 12
but
drivers. It's gonna be a bit tighter, but
it looks to be
everyone,
clean.
yeah, everyone got where Luke
Everyone
is
except
passing
Alex
it
is
automatic on
like
this.
2.3 seconds behind each other.
Yeah. Well, the gap between P1 and P10 is 3.1 seconds. So I mean,
But this was a fairly clean first lap. There were few little
it
touches,
was
but I think
the Alex done, but otherwise no
yeah.
problems. I'm hoping to see a bit more from Santaro. He's been pretty quick in Division 2, and yeah, he has a good race pace.
Yeah.
So I hope that he can manage these medium tires to the end.
And I hate losing to him
well,
because I
the
want
end,
to be the best Division 2 Finnish driver. But usually I'm the one behind him. And I think Sheo overtook Oxox.
Well, that's not a surprise.
But it's still a train.
It's still a train.
It's a bit
Ooh,
longer train.
Almost lost it.
But it's still everyone is still inside 1 second.
It's the Trans-Siberian train.
Yeah, if they stay like this when the DRS, that will be interesting because everyone will be lighting fast on the stretch.
Yeah, but there's not going to be any advantage because everyone is as quick as they are now. So
yeah, but then there's Cheva.
As soon as Ox is losing that gap to Sheo, he's going to be just deer in the headlights. Luca fastest time of 1:30.9. 6 seconds. No, 4 seconds slower than his quarter lap. Or just over 6 seconds. Not any. Actually, it's yeah. We're in Silverstone, so there's not so many great overtaking spots on the track. It's basically in the end of the Hanger Straight and here in. I don't know who you're following, but yeah, actually just there where I sit here. To those corners. I mean, those are basically the only places to go and have an overtake. Maybe before the final chicane, but still, it's a nice track to follow someone, but not a nice track to try and overtake anyone. And but still, Luca is still 3/10 behind Kevin. But Kevin could be struggling here now because Luca and everyone else are gonna have that ERS advantage. But Kevin is just powering through. Luca cannot.
Actually over 1 second behind Leander, so the top 3 is a bit running away. Hammer's not in the DRS anymore. Well, he's really close to it, but if he can't get himself inside the DRS, then I think the top 3 will fly away. But I think this actually might be like a race that is decided by who can save their tires the best.
Yeah, it's not. It's there's not so much sunshine, so the track temp might not be that high. So,
I'm sorry.
So they that could help you. I'll help them. I'm sorry. Bless you, by the way. There's a comment from Mr. Breezy asking where are the reserves. The reserves are unavailable at this stage, I could say. I mean, we have 2 reserves, I believe, or 1 reserve at least. But Santara is a reserve that I know.
3 reserves, I think. Shay, Santara, and Alex.
Yeah, so that would be 9 TF1 drivers. And actually, Shay and Boseman are fighting on the final sector, still side by side.
They started training.
Yep. And Shay gets that.
Moved on.
So, it's gonna be rain. That's gonna be fun.
This looks like the race where Mathis made that tactical move.
That race. I mean, it was, if you don't know about it, it was I think it was Mathis' first TF race actually.
Yeah, it might have been, or
And
at least one of the like very first ones.
yeah, one of the first ones, yeah. And we were in the booth, and it was, as we said, it was Silverstone back then also. And it started to rain mid-race, and everyone went for the inters, and the inters were the right tire to go on. But he chose slicks, and he was faster than it wasn't faster, but he was like, I mean, he was quick, but it was rain. It was really raining, so it wasn't a slicks weather
Yeah.
at all. And he just made a brilliant tactical move. He went on slicks, on softs, and when it dried up, everyone went for slicks, and he just won it by, I mean, was it over 30 seconds even? That was just an amazing drive. I mean, no one could have even think about taking slicks on that stage, and I think he was like P5 or P6 or something when he did it. So and we just laughed at him. Was like, oh, come
Yeah,
on,
that
he's
must be a
lost his
mistake,
race.
and what is he doing?
Yeah.
And yeah, that must be a mistake. His race is over, and then we were like, wow.
Yeah. So let's see when it's going to be interesting to see when the guys are coming for the coming in for the inter tire, or is it going to rain for the rest of the race? If it is, it's going to be one of the most boring races I've seen in my whole life. Hopefully not, but yeah, it's still 12 drivers, 6 laps have been driven, just only 21 laps to go. Or 20 laps, just about, 20 and a half laps.
So
No retirements. That's
Luca
pretty
and
fun.
Lindert were fighting with each other, just brilliant fighting, and so now Hamres has caught Luca. So now the advantage that the top 3 had is no more. He's on the same train.
Yeah, we have to remember that Shay. No, actually, yeah, I forgot Shay. Shay went for the soft, so. But Santero and F1 both started on mediums, and this is just pissing on them because it's if it's really gonna rain and they have to go for the inters, it was a really bad move to go on start on those mediums. Breezy is saying in the chat, you don't have to call me Mr. Granddad, will do. So I'll call me Mr. Granddad.
Yeah, and I just spilled my Coke all over the place as you were speaking, and now there's small vedenpaisumus in here.
It's looking like Florida.
Yeah, I don't know what's the word for it, but there's Coke everywhere. Not like the one you take from Tune Rose, but like you drink.
This stream is not sponsored by the cheapest cola ever. Yeah, there's not that much going on track.
I missed that.
Oh, Jesus, we're bad commentators. Yeah, yes, that has happened. Yes. We should start commentating on like snooker or something, where nothing ever happens.
Yeah, or just Tour de France or something.
Chess.
I guess we would have one more. Like I think your father would be watching.
Yeah, my dad will be watching Tour de France for sure. If we're in the booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would watch it anyways. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we would be the best chess commentators ever. Yeah. But we had to whisper though. Why do all the chess commentators whisper? Actually, Hamras now. Ooh, that was close for P3, with fighting with Luca on the inside. Hamras.
I think actually Oxox made a bad strategical move to take the inters.
Alex is doing the same.
Maybe. Alex has nothing to lose, so he might try it, but I think
That's true.
Oxox, he has no reason to do this.
I'm gonna follow him for a while, and see how he's performing.
Hammers and
He is
Luca too
struggling.
wide, the
It's
gets
too
some
soon.
bits, and Luca backs out at the moment. Now it's
Oh, but still
kinda
going on
too
the
wide.
outside. Oh god, it's really
Yeah.
it's a suicide mission to go side by side on maggots and beckets when you're when you are on slicks and it's a wet track or a damp track. But yeah, Luca gets that overtake done easily.
Ooh,
Thanks, Breezy, or
Hammers
actually Mr. Granddad.
was had a little moment, and Sheo almost overtook him.
Literos momentos, as they say in nowhere.
So Shea is actually okay. Now he gets a penalty. I
And
was
now
just about to say
someone's
this. He
out.
is looking really good. I think that's Oxox.
I don't know. I think
That's
it was
Oxox.
Oxox.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's 30
spinning. That
seconds
was. It
behind.
was. Yeah, it was way too early to come on Inters, but now come on Inters. But now F1 is on Inters.
Oxox is like the Valtteri Bottas of TUF. He's a pretty okay driver,
Oh,
and he just
Santara,
makes bad racecraft.
Santara and Luke side by side, and Luke holds on to that position. Mr. Grandad asks if we can do the whole race Kimi style.
Well,
I'm
there's
not.
a car.
I really
I see.
can't.
You can see it drives. You have own eyes. Well, there is a car. I don't know how to do Kimi. Kimi is the
Yeah, me neither.
hardest. Like I know how to like. Uh, what is the word? I don't know.
Impersonate.
Yeah,
To impersonate.
I know how to do that on many people like decently, but Kimi is just it's just so hard because I don't
Hammers and
know.
Lucas still fighting. And Stina, spitting in the pit lane. Yeah, but Kimi has that nasal voice going on. Last name nasal, yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean it's a really hard track, bro. And you can just you cannot know what he's saying. I mean it's
I show you over to
and Shay.
Luca.
Yep, and now Luca is struggling a lot, and now everyone else is coming in, and Oxox is in the wall. Surprise, surprise, my friends. Oxox retires, I believe. Yes, he does retire.
Nolosti,
Almost.
as we say in Finland.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone here watches the CS:GO majors, but we have this commentator who is commentating on the matches, and due to the due to the rules of the majors, they have to speak English, and he is not. Oh, Virtual Sitkar, and he's not good at English, so it's just half Finnish, half English, and that's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine. Yeah, imagine him speaking. It's like. It's a bit like. How could I put this? Watching. It's like watching the Serrano family, but you understand every third word, and they're speaking 15 times slower.
Yeah.
I'd like to know who is.
But actually, Luca is teammate of Sheo, and
Oh no, Shay.
no, that's
Shay gets.
Luca.
What? He just. Luca just spun on the pit lane. Oh, is Luca? Luca is stuck on. Luca is stuck. Fuck.
No,
Nice,
Luca
nice
is fine.
Yeah. Maybe it just might have been on my screen. I want to know who is watching the
Luca
stream.
has
Is
mediums.
Mr.
Sheo
Granddad the
has
only one?
mediums.
Interesting. Is this the new Matthijs move?
I think Sheo is usually listening to the streams while he's driving. So,
Luca is on softs. What is this?
no. He's on mediums.
Well, he's on softs on my screen.
No.
Yes, he is.
Stop taking those drugs.
Yeah, but in the telemetry he is on softs, on mediums, yeah. But on my screen he has red stripes on his tires.
Well, I guess we can see was this a mistake or not at the end of this lap. But Sheo is struggling.
Yeah, and so is Luca. I mean, Santara is just he's gonna be he's gonna overtake him. Just in a couple of corners we can't do any maggots and beckets Luca's got, so he doesn't have the grip there, so it's better just to wait on the straight. And overtake him just like this. Sheva 4/10 behind Landert, both on Inters, so yeah. Shay again 5 seconds. No, it wasn't Shay last time, but yeah, coming back to the pits, not taking any slicks, I hope.
Yeah, I think now that was pure mistake.
It was fun that the both
like
Toro Rossos chose the wrong tires, but
yeah, they might have had the same group of people that put the super softies on.
yeah, but that was Williams though, so
Yeah, but of course
they
got fired after that, and now they're on Toro Rosso.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Wonder what Helmut Marko would say.
Oi vittu!
That is the equality, the translation from English. Fuck.
Or butter pussy if you want to be funny.
Butter pussy. Yeah, if you want to be really strict, it's gonna be butter pussy. But there are yellow flags on sector 1. I don't know who it is. There's no one on sector 1 at the moment. Shay has left position. Rip Shay, to be honest. Kevin has lost over a second to Lendert. I don't know if he made a mistake or anything, but 1.6 seconds now. The gap.
The only fight at the moment is actually Boastman versus Stina.
And that could be a very short battle. Let's see.
I wonder if it's gonna be a light rain to the end of the race, or just get heavy rain, or just
I hope not.
Get dry again, or
I can see some blue sky, so there might be a chance of it drying up again.
yeah.
We are on the halfway point of the race, so anything can still happen. Yeah, you can clearly see some blue sky over there on the left corner there.
Kevin gets
left
a
top
3 second
corner.
time penalty.
And he is already 2 seconds behind, so
now there's literally no fights going on. So what do we talk about now?
I do not know. Well, I mean, it's tricky doing these commentaries for us because you have to come up with something to talk about, and you have to keep it. You still have to keep it entertaining. So it just cannot be something we know, only we two know, or the Finnish guys know. It has to be something informative, but still not maybe informative, but still exciting, and so that will keep people watching the stream. Stina actually made a mistake there, so Boastman can now capitalize on this.
Oh
There
yes.
will. I don't think there's going to
Actually.
be any DRS, so. So maybe we don't have to make up something to talk about. Stina is weaving. Um, Hopefully the stewards will not take a look at that. The stewards being me. I don't want any work, but I will do it as long as there is something to work with.
Side by side. This is a bad idea.
Oh
Good
yeah,
job,
yeah.
Bossman.
Boastman knew it. Yeah, that was. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, people have
Yeah.
brains in this league. I mean, any other league, and they would have just. I mean, went full throttle, and that wouldn't ended very well. Would not have ended very well. English 101 or 404 in this case. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, it's really hard for us because, yeah, we have to come up with something to talk about on the stream, but still we have to do it in English, and as it is in our first language, we really have to find those words and just really figure out what we're gonna say. We have to think about the sentence like 15 seconds before we say it, and then we fuck it up, and then we say it twice more, and then people might know or understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So that is basically the handicap of being retarded, basically,
Yeah. And
or just being Finnish.
yeah. And it's not like I was good at English in school, but we don't really get to use English anywhere else here.
Yeah, that is true. That is true because everything in Finland, well, Finland is the good thing in Finland is that everyone understands English. Basically everyone can talk English, and they know what to say or what to write, except for Napola maybe. But otherwise, it's you really, how could I put this? I mean, we know what to say, but the pronunciation is so different. It's
Yeah.
We can get our point across. People know what we're meaning, but still, it's such a different language that it's. And in Finland, nothing's dubbed. Nothing is in Finnish. Any TV shows, we're not watching Friends in Finnish or stuff like that and every movie, every TV series is in English, and there's Finnish subtitles on TV. So that's basically the best way of learning Finnish when you're a child, just watching TV
Yeah.
and playing video games. Very rare. There's not a lot of games that have the Finnish language option, except for those games for kids, of course. But yeah, let's say FIFA, any FPS shooter game, basically, everything is in English, Spanish, some Arabian language, Russian, German, and French, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, that's basically
So,
the languages there are.
let's see what Luke has put it on. He has put it on Inters again. I'm not sure why. Maybe he has had some damage, or then his tires were just gone. I'm not sure. Let's actually talk about the real current F1 season.
Yeah, I was thinking about the same.
It's what do you think about Giovinazzi on Alpha?
I think
What do you think is gonna happen to him? We don't know that he's shit, but what's
yeah.
gonna happen to him?
I'm not really sure, as there are no like Ferrari Academy drivers that can replace him. Mick Schumacher is too inexperienced yet.
Yes, but
I don't
it's too early.
think Alpha will take Hülkenberg because I don't see its point for like the Ferrari thing to take Hülkenberg because they will never put him in the Ferrari. So I think they will just like to put someone from their academy there or someone with some relations to Ferrari. So I think even though Giovinazzi has been really bad, I think he gets to keep his seat for one season and maybe Mick Schumacher.
That is, well, they have three options. They have Giovinazzi, they have Ericsson, and they have I think Hulk is a really good what's the word now I'm searching for? Well, it's a good choice out of those three. It's someone to consider because he has driven in the Sauber when he started. He started in some other team. I don't remember what it was, but he has driven the Sauber, and it was Williams he started,
yeah.
And he is a good driver, and the only thing Alpha needs is a driver who's a consistent driver, who isn't way too slow. I mean, let's take Giovinazzi for example. It's a really hard thing to come in to F1 and having a almost 40-year-old veteran as your teammate who's basically running the team on track. He's doing everything by himself. He's basically the god there. Kimi knows everything. He repairs his own car. I mean, he makes his own setups. Really basically everything. And Giovinazzi is and now actually there's
tried to make a really awful move there. But
yep.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a fun fact. If we don't count Kimi's points, then Alfa Romeo would be tied with Williams on points. But now Alfa is like on the midfield, like
were they eighth?
Something seventh. I think they were before.
I think they're eighth.
I think they were seventh
actually.
Before the Spa Grand Prix. But of course, as both drivers were so low on the standings, well, Joe was really deep in the wall on the last lap, and Kimi was just almost flipped by the crash Verstappen.
I mean, since the Alpha story is interesting because they have so much potential in the team, and Kimi is there to drive. Kimi's there to race. He's not there to win. He's there because he loves racing and he wants that part of the team. He wants to be in that part of the team where he can basically be himself, and he has that freedom to do stuff that he couldn't do on Ferrari or McLaren or even Lotus actually.
Yeah.
Tina is lagging a lot, at least on my screen.
Yeah,
he's
my screen too.
Just going, and now they touch. It's Wim Bosman. But yeah, the second option is bringing back Magnus Eriksson, which is a pretty good choice because last season he was actually decent. He has been shit for
if you compare him for Charles Leclerc, he was nowhere compared to that. So we still don't know.
In the beginning of the season, he was better.
No, think about this. Leclerc was really fast in Alpha, and Marcus Ericsson was really slow. And now Kimi is really fast on the Alpha, and Giovinazzi is really slow. So we don't know what's the true level of the car. Like, is Kimi driving the car better than it should, or is like Joe and Ericsson driving the car worse than it is?
I mean, Ericsson got a couple of points last season. I mean, solid points. I think he was in Q3 a couple of times last season, which was
I think it was
in Brazil and somewhere else also. I think he was an okay driver. He was consistent though.
Yeah.
He didn't crash a lot, except with Grosjean and Baku. But it's we are Breeze is saying F1, F2 guys. There are well, the thing is that they don't have guys in F2 that are ready for Formula One. I mean, Korea.
And Latifi,
Well,
he will
he's
for almost
out.
for sure replace Kubica.
Will drive. Yes, he will. Yeah, I think he will. Yes. Schumacher, not yet. 2021 for sure, but not yet. Yeah, Breezy, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Kimi is making the car look better than it is. Or, well, is he? That is the question. Is he making the car look better than it is? Or is he just driving the car as, I mean, as it should
As
be
yeah,
driven?
yeah, that's
Is
just
that
because
the real
yeah,
alpha speed? Because if we, I really just want to see Hulkenberg there because we know that he is a good driver in that case because I mean we know he's not a shit driver because yeah we know that. So hopefully we could see a good teammate for Kimi next season and a good competitor for him also because I want to see Alpha getting points and I want to see them improve.
yeah. I was actually thinking the Hulkenberg thing because Hulkenberg actually has, if not any miracles happen, he has only two choices, or actually three choices, but he has Alpha, Haas, and then to sit out for a season. But I think that's not because he's getting old and he can't afford to lose his seat for 1 year. But
Yeah.
I think he just doesn't want to go into Haas because of obvious reasons. So
Yeah.
Alpha, yeah, because they don't have. Actually, when I was thinking about deeper into this, Alpha doesn't really have that driver to put in the car next year. So maybe Hulkenberg makes 1 year deal with Alpha just to be in some car, and then
Yeah.
look for a new seat in some other better team. Maybe, I don't know.
But there is also the big question mark of Red Bull next season. If Albon is not performing as they want to, he drove well in Spa, of course, but next season there's a there are really big shoes to fill in the Red Bull seats. 2021 is going to be in the next year's silly season is going to be awful because Hamilton's out of contract, Vettel's out of contract, Verstappen is out of contract, Kimi is out of contract, Ricardo is out of contract, Stroll is out of contract.
We know that Daddy Stroll will
Well,
give
yeah,
him the.
for sure. But I mean, who else? Bottas is out of contract next season. I think Magnussen is out of contracts as well. But
Yeah.
now let's take Boastman and Stina. Boastman on the inside and finally gets that P4 out of Stina. And I think he will just run away with that P4.
Yeah, but it's like the driver market should could be insane in 2021. Was it correct? No, 20.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. When the new updates come, the new cars. But
2021,
if
yeah.
we could see like a blockbuster move, Verstappen to Mercedes. But if Mercedes has a dog car, like awful car, with the new regulation, or some other teams finds a loophole in the rules and makes like a new brown car,
Yeah.
and then it could be like Ericsson Giovinazzi in some some car dominating the whole F1. So we
Yeah.
don't know actually what
That
is
is-
the good team at that point. Well, of course we think that the big teams will get really working, but we have seen before with the new regulation change, or with, like many times, that even the big teams can suffer with the new changes, even though they have the resources. So Yeah, that
I
will be
mean,
wild.
it's gonna be wild. I mean, just imagine if uh, Racing Point would just have more money. Let see where they are now. They are getting decent points every, not every race, but still they are a solid midfield team, and they have the lowest budget. I think they have the lowest budget of them all. Maybe Haas has a bit smaller budget,
Yeah, they
but
have had
still,
the smallest
they
budget for a few seasons, but I don't know
yeah.
about this season. But yeah,
Yeah, because Racing Point has been, Force India, when it was Force India for a couple of seasons, they had the smallest budget, but still they were bloody quick, and they they will be. I really want to see how they can perform, what they can do to 2021. And Breezy said that Bottas has resigned. Yeah, he's resigned for next season, but after next season, after 2020, 2021, there's going to be at least 8 drivers who are out of contract by the end of 2021, and we might see the new 2019 as we saw this season. Almost every driver, almost every team had a new driver
yeah,
on their in their car.
most of my
Haas and
mistake.
Mercedes were the only ones.
Next,
Were the only
yeah,
ones who didn't change their drivers. Um, I don't I don't believe that. Oh, now it's actually really close. I don't believe that Lewis will go anywhere from Mercedes. He has such a good place there. He has so much. I don't think he believes. I don't think he's in there because he's got the most money. I believe there are some teams who are gonna offer him a lot more money than Mercedes are gonna offer him. But still, I think Lewis will stay at Mercedes. Of course, if he knows that the car is gonna just be shit, then we don't know. But if it stays like it is, I believe that Lewis will be in the Merc next in 2021. Um, but the question is does Kimi want to continue? I mean, Kimi is going to be 41 at the end of the 2020 season.
yeah,
He has said a lot of times that he is there just because he wants to drive. And he will quit whenever he doesn't get a contract, or when he just wants to quit and be with his family. He's been doing so much great job, and I think he's the happiest that he's been in a long time in Formula One. He has a nice team with a lot of nice people. He's respected there. There's not a lot of politics as there was in in Ferrari, and he's dominating his teammates.
yeah, and the
He's
factory
bringing
is
them
really close to
points.
his home.
Yes, that too. So that's like, I mean, the best situation for him at the moment. Um, but yeah, I mean, we cannot, predict anything that will happen. What will happen in the next couple of years? It will be such a big change to the regulations that we just have to wait and see. And the teams are gonna be shuffled. I believe there's gonna be some team that's gonna find a good loophole, and I hope the domination era will end. Well, of course, there's always been some team that's been dominating in the end, but I really want to see at least two teams that really will fight for the championship to the end, as we saw in 2007 and 2017 last season.
Yeah,
Last season it was a really good fight between Ferrari and Mercedes, but Vettel was a good driver in the beginning of the season, but then he just fucked up and he was he
yeah,
was
and I
nowhere.
think after the German Grand Prix, where he fucked up the first time, I think after that race he
Mm.
hasn't been the same. Like this season, even I think he hasn't been. He's making mistakes left and right, and he isn't that quick anymore. And yeah.
Yeah. For us Finns, though, it's gonna be hard to see in a few years because when Kimi retires, Bottas will be the only Finn on the grid,
Ugh.
if he's still on the grid. I mean, that's fine by me to have one Finn.
Okay, Spurg lagged out on the last lap, so I guess I will continue this to the end. We're on the last lap, and let's see where the leaders are. We're on the old starting grid. But yeah, talking about Kimi, just last few words. I actually think that it's possible that. Okay, so PSN is doing what PSN is. Yeah, PSN is doing what PSN usually does. But yeah, I was just saying last words about Kimi that I seriously think that Kimi might still go to Ferrari. Because if Ferrari are wise, they should like kick Vettel out, and then it should be Kimi and Leclerc, because Leclerc will be the racer who fights for the wins, like every race, and Kimi is the point bank. Okay. Congrats. Yay. Good Leonard. Yay. No, congratulations, really nice win. And Cheva is P2, and Hamres is coming home in P3. And Boston and Stina have been close to each other for many laps, but Boston is the one across the finish line in front of Stina, but Stina gets him. And why have you made a new group, Spurg, as I cannot join it as I have the stream going? I don't know. And yeah, Boston drops to P5, and Santiago comes home in P6. F1 Dick. Oh, but P7 Alex at P8. Okay, and the race is over. That was not actually oh, hello Boastman, you're on the stream now. Yeah, so that the race was not, yeah, that race wasn't a good one, but we had funny commentary. The commentary, I think we made a good commentary. We had fun. We were talking about the important stuff, so I think, yeah. I think we were in the beginning. We were talking about important things about the league, and then we were talking about drivers, and then we were talking about anything, and I had fun. Yeah, you can't hear Spurg, but who cares? Yeah, so Linder takes the win. Cheva in P2. Hamres is the last guy on the podium. Then there's Tina, Boastman, Santiago, F1, Alex, Luca, Luke, and the retirements are Sheo and Oxhawks. And yeah, we will see you on Wednesday, maybe, I hope. And yeah, I think that's everything for now, and yeah, see you in 2 days, hopefully. At Canada, yeah, and remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to dislike if you didn't like us in the commentary booth, and maybe we can try to find someone else. Okay, we want to find someone else. We are the only one to do this, but yeah. Good night, sleep well, and yeah, goodbye.